This conference will now be recorded.
Can you tell if she's muted or not? She muted herself. They're the only ones, right?
Hello, everyone. I'd like to call the Infrastructure Committee meeting for Monday, November 22nd to order. Can we get a roll call?
Counselor Roebuck. Counselor Kennard. Counselor Kennard.
Present.
Counselor Lopez.
Present.
Counselor Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the agenda and the minutes of the October 25th infrastructure meeting?
That would fall upon you, Daniel.
Sorry, here we go. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Do we have a
You guys hear
second?
me?
I got a motion by Counselor Lopez. We need a second.
Yeah.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, so motion passes. We're moving on to regular items.
That is correct. It'd be item number 4, and you have Spencer from Community Development here.
Okay, thank you.
Beforehand, I'd like to pass out some compare and contrasting examples that I will be explaining. Do we present on the front? Just at your seat? Okay.
What he's handing out, Daniel and
I was very familiar with this.
Margaret, is sample plan reviews, and where are these from?
So these are our current review sheets that we've been using. And then obviously what I'm going to be presenting today is the proposed update to that. And then the other document is State of New Mexico Building Permit Guide for Residential Construction, because one of the documents is an update to that as well, just for Roswell's context. So just some documents to compare and contrast. So it gives a bit more context to what I'm talking about. So that's all. Okay. Again. All right. Should I go up or keep here? Okay.
Sure. I mean, you got the microphone right there.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Good afternoon, committee members. This afternoon, we ask that you consider recommending to the City Council to advertise to hold a public hearing and vote on the proposed resolution you see in front of you today, which is a resolution to implement an updated site drainage plan review process for all new incoming residential property developments within the city. So to ensure everybody is on the same page right off the bat, let me quickly explain what all the forms are attached to the resolution in your packets. You all have your packets? Everybody have the packet? Okay. Also, just let me quickly provide some peace of mind. All of these documents that are attached to the resolution have been reviewed by the city's building inspector, building official, and the electrical related stuff has been reviewed by the electrical inspector, and they were all satisfied with the documents being presented today. So just note that this was a team effort, and I appreciate their effort in this. So on page 8 of your packets, you'll find the proposed general planning application form. So the purpose of this form was to consolidate our various permits that we currently have at the moment. Like, for example, I'm looking at the general planning form right now. Fencing permit is one form, placement permit for accessory structure is one form, alley cut is one form, and that goes and so on. So with that, we are proposing to consolidate our various permit forms that we have at the moment into a single document in order to speed up our review process. There's a bit more rigor. We asked for some additional information that we didn't ask for beforehand. Things such as asking who the civil engineer is, who the architect is, applicant versus owner, if not applicant, things like that. We asked for the legal description of the property. And if the proposed project doesn't easily fall into a simple category, we provide a large description box to help our applicants out. So next, if you go to page 15 of your packets, you'll see our proposed residential construction guide. So one of the forms that I passed out was the building permit guide for residential construction. That is a state of New Mexico document. I think the most updated document that they've provided has been from 2013. So if you compare and contrast our document in page 15 of your packets, you'll notice that things like the applicable code section, which is on the second page, bottom right-hand corner, some of those have been updated to just abide by the current standards that the community development department goes by now. And then we also changed some things just to make it all appropriate for Roswell's context. Some common sense things like requested inspection by contacting Mike Christensen rather than the state of New Mexico document, whatever they're asking for. So this form is just for informational purposes for both City of Roswell staff as well as potential applicants. This obviously isn't anything that needs to be filled out. This is just to get everybody on the same page and make understanding the codes a bit more accessible for everybody. And then lastly, if you go to page 11 of your packets, you'll see what I would argue is the meat and potatoes of the proposed resolution before you today, which is our new site drainage plan review checklist. So as you can see on the PowerPoint slide there, the primary purpose of this proposed update to our current site drainage plan review process is to provide opportunities for all new homeowners to obtain FHA insured loans if they choose to go that route. I'm sure many of you already know, in order for your property to qualify for FHA loans, the property needs to abide by a certain set of design and development standards. For Roswell's context specifically, those design and development considerations include the state of New Mexico's 2015 International Building Code, the state of New Mexico's 2015 International Residential Code, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Site Grading and Drainage Guidelines, and the FHA Single Family Housing Policy Handbook Design and Drainage Standards. So the design and development standards from those 4 documents I just mentioned have been accounted for and included in this new form, primarily in the checklist portion. To narrow it down very specifically, from the state of New Mexico's 2015 International Residential Code, specifically, we have incorporated Chapter 4, Section R401.3 drainage, which if you check number 21 of the checklist, you will see that actually quoted. From the state of New Mexico's 2015 International Building Code, we have just pretty much accounted for everything in there to ensure there aren't any discrepancies for what we're asking for versus what is required by the state. And this is one of those that the building division helped me out with a lot. So there wasn't a specific chapter or section that I can point to. So from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development site grading and drainage guidelines, we've specifically incorporated section 4145.1, revision 2, appendix 8, which is about drainage. And then from the FHA Single Family Housing Policy Handbook, we've specifically accounted for chapter 4, appraiser and property requirements for Title II forward and reverse mortgages. So in addition to doing our part to ensure that all property owners of new residential developments have the opportunity to obtain FHA insured loans, with this checklist, we're also trying to increase the speed, the accessibility and clarity, and also the rigor of our current review process. So if you all look, I have provided a sample checklist of what we currently abide by now. So you can compare and contrast what we're asking for versus what we currently have, if you choose. So with this new checklist, we should be able to review site drainage plans within a matter of minutes. And then if anything is incomplete or missing, we can inform the applicant exactly right then and there what we need to see on their subsequent site plan in order for us to be able to approve and process it and move forward. So together, all these forms presented to you today will help streamline our review process. It'll help organize our various forms into less documents to make things simpler for not just the applicants, but also City of Roswell staff. And it will help obviously ensure that new residential developments adhere to current state of New Mexico housing and urban development and FHA design standards. So yeah, this will help ensure that our review process is straightforward and accessible. So if applicants can't get their stuff reviewed and approved right then and there, they know exactly what they need to do next time around. And just that helps ensure that we're all on the same page. So that's all I have for you today. And Kevin and I stand by for any questions that you have.
Actually, before we get to questions, if you mind if I just, the one big question that Spencer didn't answer in that big detailed description of everything is, why are we doing this? Okay, why are we going to all this trouble? Okay, there's a couple of different reasons. First of all, one of the top priorities that we have in our department is to put together a fast track permitting program. Okay, fast track requires that we all be on the same page and I'm talking about the private sector and us. The private, in order to accomplish our goals in fast track, the quality of the plans and the applications that we've been receiving must improve. We must get better quality plans, more consistent plans, and they must be complete. That's a big problem we're having right now. All of this information is already code. It's already either in the state code or it's in the federal guidelines. All we've done is taken all that information in all different places, put it into a single document, turned it into a fill-in-the-blank PDF form now. So this will be on the website, so anybody can pull it down. They can go through, and as they put together the site drainage plans, they can check off the boxes. When they come to us over the counter, we review the plans. If something's missing, we will know. We will let them know right then. If it's complete, we can check it off and sign off on it. The idea being that instead of people waiting a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to get their site development permit and having to go through multiple plan checks, one plan check, one turnaround. If they submit good plans, they get their permit the same day or the day after. But none of this is a change to our code. All we're doing is trying to incorporate the existing codes and make sure that the word gets out that effective January 1 next year, this is our new standard. Okay.
I got a question for you, if I may.
Yeah, Councilor Lopez. Okay. Go ahead, Councilor.
Okay, and I apologize for not asking this at the beginning. It kind of started pretty fast. Was this sent to planning and zoning, or should it be sent to planning and zoning before presented to us?
The answer to the question is no. The second question is no. This is not a planning and zoning issue. This is a building issue, building and inspections issue. We have informed the planning and zoning committee of what we were doing only because planning and zoning is part of the fast track process. So we've kept them informed. We've provided them with copies. We've gotten their feedback, but the actual determination to move this forward as a resolution for implementation does fall to infrastructure.
Okay, so before I make a decision, I'd like to see the feedback from planning and zoning. Do you have that available?
In an email, not
Yeah,
right now.
we don't have it at our fingertips, but we do have it in email forms from, I guess, Chairman Story provided some feedback, yes.
I think it was just in there.
Any other questions?
What was his feedback?
Oh, what was their feedback?
Yeah.
We don't
And
have,
it was minimal.
we don't have it on us at the moment. We can send you that, but we don't have that in front of us right now.
No. All their feedback was incorporated into the documents you have in front of you.
So everything that they whatever feedback they had is incorporated in here. So, I mean, is this going to be another cost for the builder or something? I mean, we're already having problems with residential builds and housing around here. Is this a cost that's going to incur to the builder, the homeowner, that's going to create another problem for us? And also, with that being said, you said FHA loans need this to be approved. How many FHA loans have been declined due to the lack of this? Me being in the insurance business, I see this all the time, FHA loans, this and that, but I never once seen one decline because of whatever you're presenting to us today.
I honestly can't answer that. All I know is I spoke to two different people, two different representatives of two different banks that do FHA loans, and they are will be asking the contractor for all new residential construction to sign off that the cleaning and the drainage was done to FHA standards. And right now, the site plans that we're getting do not meet FHA standards, and they're not even spelled out. So this is actually something, Councilor Lopez, this is something that should have been done all along. Like I said, it is code. It's in there. All we did was pull it out, and we started letting people know probably 3 months ago that we have to start checking these things more thoroughly, especially new construction, because as new construction increases, we've got to find a way. We're spending way too much time at the staff level right now teaching people the process of doing these site development and site drainage plans by putting it all down in a form. And we will have at some point here, we will actually have a sample site drainage plan to hand out as well that will go along with it. This, to do what we've asked here on this form, I've done this, I've taken some of the existing plans that we've gotten from 4 of our different contractors, sat down with them. It takes less than 30 minutes. So and it will, because we won't have to be looking so hard at every single one of these site plans, it's going to actually improve the value of the property, speed up the process. And so in reality, it's going to cost the contractors and the builders and developers less money to comply with this and do it in the manner that will allow us to turn their plans around, allow them build more homes quickly, and allow them to do it better so that they have the availability to get the appropriate funding they need to sell to to turn it over to the final end user.
Okay, Councilor Lopez, you still have the floor.
Okay, no, I'm good, thanks. Thank you for that answer, sir.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any other questions, discussion?
From the public.
Yeah, Larry Conley wanted to ask a question.
Okay. All right, Larry, what's your concern?
Is there a cover letter from your department that goes with this?
Every new project gets a cover letter, yes.
Okay, and that has your phone number and
Yes.
that's what I wanted to know. Oh, what are those funny little figures down there?
Style. It's an alien and a,
Are they official? Are they official?
That's a certain associate planner's attempt at creativity.
Oh, okay.
I let him get away with it.
Go beyond the, you give to the builders?
why not?
Okay,
Okay, I will entertain a motion. This has to go to regular agenda, correct?
Correct, full council.
Okay, so can I get a motion to send to full council?
I'd like to see some input from planning and zoning myself. I don't feel comfortable sending this or making a motion at this time. I know it probably needs to be done, but I want to make sure everything, I mean, I'd like for them to take a look at it first too. I mean, unless you guys could convince me otherwise right now.
So this will go to full council to advertise to hold a public hearing. Are we on a time frame for this, or can we?
We had hoped to have this implemented by January 1 of next year, so we're already late.
Okay. Councilor Lopez, would it be okay with you if this went to advertise, and then at that council meeting, perhaps more information from planning and zoning will be available, or?
Yeah, that sounds good. There should be a plan and zoning between now and then, correct? A meeting?
We have one the last Tuesday of this month, yes,
Okay, perfect.
the 29th.
So you're requesting that this be presented to planning and zoning, and feedback be presented at council when this goes for advertisement?
Correct, that'll work.
We can do that.
We already had planning zoning. We already had P and Z for November.
We moved it up a week, didn't we?
Yeah, so the next.
Sorry about
one's
that.
middle-
Yeah, the next one is not going to be till
Middle of.
December. I'm sorry.
December.
We moved planning and zoning a week up because of the holiday.
Mhm.
We actually had it last week,
Yep.
not next week.
So.
Okay,
You would
so
have
when's
it
the
ready-
next meeting?
You would have it ready for the public hearing.
Next planning and zoning is December 14th.
Yeah, and then the week after is going to be a public hearing, right? It'll be our city council.
Well, again, Counselor, this has already been to planning and zoning. This went to planning and zoning when did it go? In October.
We told them about it in
Yeah,
October.
we presented all of this to the
Provided
planning and
it all.
zoning in October.
Yeah.
That's why we have their feedback and why it's already been incorporated before it came to you.
Okay. And none of them had any problem with this at all?
I don't believe we got a single bit of negative feedback. No, all we're doing is consolidating the process. This is nothing, we're actually making it easier
Okay.
for the builders and developers, and easier for us, because if any of the predictions come true for the amount of housing that we need to do next year, we have to streamline the process. And this is streamlining the process.
Okay.
Okay, are you willing to make a motion to send it to full council for advertisement, Councilor Lopez?
Yes, ma'am. Let's go and make that motion to send this to full council for advertisement.
Councilor Sanchez, seconds.
second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Unanimous,
motion passes.
unanimous.
Okay,
Councilor Lopez, if I might offer this, what we will do is tomorrow morning, I'll have Spencer look up the comments that we got back from planning and zoning and send those comments directly to you so that you can verify that we did in fact present this to them for their review.
Okay, I appreciate it. Now I'll reach out to whoever I can as well, and hopefully get some more feedback for the meeting next month.
Okay, sounds good.
okay, so moving on to item number 5.
Item number 5, Madam Chair, is consider award of North Garden Sewer Replacement Project ITB-22-00011 to Adamic Construction out of Los Lunas in the amount of $637,294.80, which includes GRT. This is, will have to go to full council. This was not on the budget. The sewer department found we need to replace some sewer line on Garden between 4th and the Saddle Barn. And so engineering put some plans together and we bid it. And that's where we're at. And we stand for any questions.
Any questions or discussions from council? Okay,
questions from
hearing
me.
none. Oh, go ahead.
No questions.
Okay. So if we could get a motion to send this to full council.
Yes, ma'am. I'm about to make, I'm trying to pull up the agenda. I'm sorry, it keeps popping off on me over here. But I'd like to go ahead and make an motion to send this to full council. I don't have the item number in front of
As
me.
presented?
As
I'll help
presented,
you.
sir.
As presented.
Thank you, as presented.
And Councilor Sanchez is given a second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to item 6.
Item 6, Madam Chair and Council Commission, is installation of VFDs, variable frequency drives at RW Roswell Water Well number 3 to Alpha Southwest in the amount of $369,936.02. Procurement shall be used the City of Las Vegas, New Mexico maintenance contract, which is issued under an RFP process. Again, this was on the budget. This can go to consent. And this is just another PO for another VFD at water well number 3 at the airport. Stand for any questions.
Do we have any questions or discussion from council?
No.
Okay. I'd like to entertain a motion to go, this will go to consent.
Correct?
Correct.
I'd like to make a motion. Help me out a little bit.
As presented, as presented.
As presented.
And Councilor Sanchez
Why?
is seconded it. You have a second, Madam Chair.
Okay, so this is to go to council to consider award VFD installation and upgrades for RW3 to Alpha Southwest in the amount of $3,069,936.02 for the December City Council meeting. All in favor?
Consent
Oh,
agenda.
consent agenda. Aye.
Oh, consent agenda, yeah. Aye.
It's unanimous, Madam Chair.
Okay, motion passes. We are on to number 7, manhole repairs.
Manhole Repairs, North Atkinson and 3rd. This is to ratify repair work that's already started on 3 manhole repairs on Atkinson between 3rd and 4th. What happened, we started the North Atkinson project, and when they did an inspection to pull off the concrete collars, we have 3 manholes that are about to fail. So we're going to go ahead and replace them now while contractor's in there. So ratify repair work to 3 manholes to J&A Services in the amount of $130,117.05. And stand for any questions.
Do we have any questions or discussion from the counselors?
And this will go to
No
full
question.
council because this is not a budget item.
Counselor Lopez?
Yeah, I move to sorry, here it goes. Okay, I move to approve, just approve on this, or
Approved.
what are we doing?
You're approving.
Approve this.
Yeah,
The
approving.
repair work for the 3 manhole repairs to J&H Services the amount of $130,117.05.
Correct. To full council.
To full council.
And we got a second? Counselor
We have
Sanchez?
a second from Councilor Sanchez.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. On to number 8.
Item number 8 is to award repairs to large valves at 3rd and Orchard to Tapmaster, New Mexico of Albuquerque in the amount of $188,314.68. This is to repair a broken 18-inch valve and 14-inch valve at the intersection of 3rd and Orchard. This is in the budget, so this will be a consent item. So consent, again, award to New Mexico Tapmasters in the amount of $188,314.68. And I stand for any question.
Do we have any questions or discussions from the council?
No questions.
Okay, so let's entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to present to City Council.
Consent agenda. Consent
The
agenda.
consent
The
agenda.
consent agenda. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, motion passes and we shall move on to number 9.
Madam Chair, item number 9 is to award, we went out with an RFP 22-006 for on-call utility repair services to set up a pool of vendors. All 5 vendors were deemed qualified and competent. So the recommendation is to accept all vendors as part of the pool. They are AUI Incorporated, Albuquerque, J&H Services Incorporated, Albuquerque, Smithco Construction, Caballo, Tapmasters, New Mexico, Albuquerque, and White Cloud Pipeline of Roswell. This is an RFP. You're recommending that all the vendors be approved, and this can go to consent agenda.
Okay, that's awesome that we got all of those approved. Do we have any discussion or questions?
I'd like to make a motion to accept all vendors and present it to full City Council for consent agenda. Does that sound right? Close enough?
That is correct. Close enough, Counselor.
Okay, and a
And you have
second?
a second.
Yeah.
All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. On to number 10.
Madam Chair and committee, consider the award of South Sunset Avenue Pavement Rehabilitation Project ITB-22-010 to J&H Services of Albuquerque in the amount of $1,107,125.20, which includes GRT. We had 2 bidders, Constructors of Carlsbad and J&H of Albuquerque. J&H was the low bidder in the amount stated. For the record, this is a Sunset Mill and Fill project. So we're gonna mill and fill Sunset from Brasher north all the way to Poe, and then from McGaffey north to Walnut Street. So a good section of Sunset. We're gonna mill and fill it just like we did Washington a couple of months ago. And this can go to consent. This is in the budget, and I stand for any questions.
I'm sorry, and you said it's gonna to McGaffey. What did you say about McGaffey?
Yes, Madam Chair. It's Sunset from McGaffey to Walnut.
Oh, okay. That is a good chunk. Okay. Do we have any discussion, or Councilor Lopez, would you like to make a motion?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to send a full council
Consent agenda.
as a consent agenda for this item.
Okay, do we have a second?
We have a second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Unanimous.
Motion passes. On to number 11.
Madam Chair and Committee, item number 11, and this can also go to consent agenda, is to reject the one bid that we had for ITB-22-003 Honda River Trail Rehabilitation and to rebid the project at a later date. What happened, J&A Services put in a bid, but they did not get all their paperwork in time to New Mexico DOT, so the DOT disqualified them. Since they're funding most of the project, we have to follow with their recommendations, so we have to disqualify them and rebid it. The silver lining may be that we might get a second bid the second time around. This is the Honda River Trail from 2nd Street all the way to Virginia. Do like we just did on the Spring River Trail. Fix some broken areas and then do an overlay. But I'm requesting you reject this bid and you can send it consent agenda.
Okay, do we have any questions or discussion from council? No?
No.
Okay.
So we just need to make a motion to reject this bid and send a consent agenda?
That is correct, Councilor Lopez.
Is that what? Okay. I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to reject this bid and send the city council for a consent agenda.
Yes.
And
Okay,
Savino
so we
is
have
your
a
second.
motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
It's
Okay.
unanimous, Madam Chair.
Motion passes. We shall move on to 12.
Okay, item 12, Madam Chair and Committee, is to establish a PO for IPR for the residential microsurfacing of $500,000. You approved us to go this route at council in October. If you remember that, we were going to do $100,000 per district, más o menos. And all this is we have the PO, the quote, and we want to get a PO for $500,000, which is in the budget, to start doing some residential streets in March. And you can send this to consent.
Okay, awesome. Yes, I'm glad this passed and we are moving forward. So, unless we have some discussion or questions about it, Councilor Lopez, will you make the motion?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to just accept this.
Yeah, PO for $500,000 to consent.
Okay. Yeah, it's sent to city council for consent agenda.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
You have a second?
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Motion passes. We will move on to the next item for meeting dates.
Madam Chair and Committee, what you have before you are the meeting dates for next year. And we just ask that you vote for them so they can be official for city clerk, chair, and call.
Okay, does anybody have any discussion or concerns about these dates?
I just have a question. I see that they've been moved to 5 p.m. now.
Oh, that's the deadline, the Tuesday before.
Oh, just the deadline. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Gotcha.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we also
So
have
still,
to
everything's the same.
Yeah, we have to publish the deadline as well, Councilor Lopez, for the staff members to get the stuff to myself and Bernadette, so we're not the last minute trying to crunch an agenda out.
Perfect. I'd like to make a motion to accept these dates and deadlines.
Second?
Second.
You have a second?
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, motion passes. And
The last item, Madam Chair, is for a committee to vote not to have an infrastructure next month in December.
okay, well, I remember last December we were working.
Yes, we were. And our chair, who's not here today, requested this.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's up to you guys. You know me, I'll work. But if you-
I know. That's you told us last year. We don't take days off, so okay. If anybody has any discussion or questions, if not, Councilor Lopez, if you'll make the motion.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to accept the no meeting for December 2021.
Okay, second.
21.
You have a second.
All right, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, motion passes.
And of course, you have any questions on any department reports that are attached? And if not, go to public comment.
Okay, do we have any, Mr. Connolly?
Yes.
He has a comment.
Larry Connolly, 2815 in Cantal. First, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to you all. And second, I want to know how our new babies are doing. Margaret, Daniel, tell us.
My baby's good.
Go ahead.
Good. Daniel, I heard your son chirping in at the beginning of the meeting. He's doing well?
He is doing a lot better. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good.
He spent 6 days at UNM Hospital,
Oh,
and he's doing a lot better now.
good, good.
That's awesome.
That's it. Thank you.
Okay, I guess
Hey,
we
you have
shall
a happy
adjourn.
Thanksgiving, sir.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving. So
Thank
we're
you.
going to adjourn to head over to our other meeting now, right?
Yes, I'll see you over there. Or I'll hear you over there. But
All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
right,
Thank
thanks.
you for for all the work that you guys are doing, and I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving.
thank you. You too, counselors.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're adjourned at what time?